Okay, so here is Eureka, and I and Hosai areas people select two topics for the AI and our life, and I choose the therapy and the food. So start with therapy. Sorry. So I do not found so many news and report about the therapist, AI therapist. So all those things is more based on my personal speculations and my personal thoughts. I start with where's the training data come from? I mean, where the therapist training data come from? What if those data full of bias and unfairness that what will lead to will it cause some problems or how it change our life? And this thing is what happened to uh what if there's the AI therapist, how it changed the interaction between the therapist and the patient, like because now we can imagine that we often talk to the therapist face to face, and if there's a AI therapist, do we have new way to interactions? And there's also some uh, non-language data like the facials, the patient's facial experience, and the gestures and how AI deal with such informations and some general legal problems, ethical issues. And this one is what are the people looking for with the human therapist and the AI therapist. I can imagine maybe in the future, um, people will looking for different therapists based on different purpose. So which match leads to maybe we don't need to train the many therapists like now. Maybe uh, we don't need a lot of students study on the psychologicals. And the second is food. I sorry. First, I found some news and new stuff that happened now, like the one Japanese bakery used AI to generate a recipe for their bread, and how airline industry create more sustainable food providing, and how AI contribute to safety foods, how AI calculate optimize the risk points that always ignored by human analysts, and some new stuff like now people can generate food recipe by food image and yeah, something like that. And I start to think about what if those new stuff integrate in the whole food production chain, that what will happen. So you can see such marks, and this marks is what I think more has more possibility or more more playful for me, more interesting for me. Like first is uh, uh, I think in the future, there's a new kinds of production mode will happen, that is factory from merchant production. So now, what will happen is the farmers harvest the food and sell to the factories. But maybe in the future, the factories will only willing to um willing to buy the food has the least waste, and that will cause the farm only willing to grow a certain one or two cans of space of food, which could lead to the increase the globalization of food, which could be good, but I think it also will have a negative impact on the food cultures especially the diversity of food cultures. And what if the raw data of AI is wrong? It might lead to big agriculture disasters, and also it might lead to the mass reductive food diversities. And here's of course also can influence the package, the transportations, the market. But here is more I want to emphasize on is from the consumption part, which is your home, the part after you buy food, what will happen? The first thing I think might happen is tailor-made recipes according to customers' healthy condition and taste. Like now, when people think about what they want to eat for lunch, they always think, what I have in my fridge, or I want some sweet food, or I want some spicy food, or I have high blood pressures, so I cannot eat such things. Um, but maybe in the future, the AI will guide every person have their personal food recipes. So that's meant to lead to customized ingredients packaged food for sale, and is back to the market part. It will lead to a new kind of here. So here, ingredients packaged food happened in the market, and also customized ingredients growing, and will back to the farming part, which leads to the but this can lead to the customized cultivation for small quantities, and those two kinds of farming modes will happen at same times. And maybe this part is for most of people, for the working class, middle class, and that is more for the upper class or like rich people, and will lead to which might lead to a interesting phenomenon, that is, in the future people will distinguish each other by their food, not by their house or watch or luxury bags or things like that. And this one is home-based food factories. What I mean is, it's actually already happened. It's something like this, but now it's quite simple now, because like this machine, you need to chop the food ingredients, make the food ingredients ready, and put the sauce, the other things on it. So it's not in such high level of automation. So what I think in the future is that there's gonna be real food factories. You just put the raw unwashed and chopped food ingredients, and in the end, maybe waiting for 20 minutes, your food will ready in the other part, in the somewhere in the machine. And I think it's made weaken the cluster effect in the food industry. The last thing is large quantities for per package food were available, which will lead to the food market have some change. The new packaged food industry will happen and grow up a lot. It might impact on the catering industry. Maybe in the future, go to restaurant to eat the raw human-made food will become some rare things or very luxury things that, yes, that is different from now. So that's all. Sorry I can't be here today.